you can instill in them the value that at the end of the day, it's not about the grades. What am I gonna do with, if you become the best surgeon in the world and you don't value waking up for Fajr? I tell my kids, I don't need your 4.7 GPA. I don't need your great accomplishments. At the end of the day, my husband and I, we want our children to be people who want to please Allah. That's the goal. They're not gonna get that in public school. You can do it in spite of it, but that's not the objective. So, what if somehow you don't have an option to homeschool? I understand. I'm an attorney for low-income people, and people have hard lives. I get it. And homeschooling is not an option for everyone. I will tell you though, it's not as hard as you think. And there is a lecture tomorrow. There's a Homeschool 101 lecture tomorrow. I don't know who's doing it, but if you check on the program, you can find it. And I made a resource sheet up. I made a couple copies up here for if you're interested in homeschooling. But what if you don't have any options? I have a couple things to say. The first one is that understand AB 1078. What that did, and I'm not an education attorney, I do civil defense, but I will tell you that my reading of it is it's basically punishing local school districts for resisting the gender identity curriculum. And the governor signed it just, I think about a month or two ago, and it didn't get signed into law the normal way. He signed it as an emergency measure, which means it doesn't even wait until January 2024. It's already there. And what I want you to understand is it's not an opt-out curriculum. It's not like back in the day when I was in school and sex ed came up and parents had the option, oh, I'm gonna have my kids sit in the library for a couple days. This is K through 12. It's in the curriculum, you cannot opt out. Everything that Nuha was talking about up here, our kids are being taught. If we give that power over to someone else to do. So if my child is in public school, and this is the only option I have, I really thought about this. I thought about this long and hard. Number one, I'm gonna be besties with that teacher. I'm gonna be best friends with this teacher. I'm there for this teacher. I'm gonna be, if I can volunteer in the classroom, I'm gonna do that. If I can donate supplies, if I can be a part of this, this classroom, that way I know everything that's going on in that classroom. I get to know the teacher, and I'm not just a parent who shows up to complain because I don't like what the homework assignment said. I'm gonna be a part of my child's education within this classroom. Also, I'm gonna immerse my child. You're all here at the Mass Convention. Hopefully your children are too. Hopefully they're attending some of these lectures and they're learning and they're absorbing. I'm gonna immerse my child in Islamic culture as much as I can. In addition, I'm gonna spend a lot of time with my child, like a lot. And I don't mean spending time with my child to lecture them, or here I have this talk, I want you to listen. No. I'm talking about quality time and listening to them. So what's going on in school? I should know my kids' friends. I should know what's hurting them, what's harming them, what they're stressed about, what they're worried about, what's going really well for them. Oh, you're struggling with this assignment? Let's do it together. And I should also give them the language that they need when they're in school. Because I heard a lot here about we have to be respectful. Yes, they have to be respectful. I teach my children, you always be gentle with people. You be firm, you know who you are, but you be gentle. And if their position is to be my true, authentic self, I have to express my sexual identity to its fullest. You, to be your true, authentic self, surrender to God. To be my true, authentic self, I surrender to God. That's from a Yaqeen article, by the way, and you can find it on their website. They have a nice paper and it's very powerful. Give your child the language. Tell them we don't hate people. We love people, we're respectful, we're kind, but give them the tools that they need. Finally, this is the last thing I'll say and I'll close, is that our children didn't ask to be born into a society that has so much confusion and has so many problems. They didn't ask to be born into a society with all the everything. but they are our amana. And if you feel like it's jihad, if you're struggling, we're all struggling. If you feel like it's jihad, it's because it is jihad. But say, alhamdulillah, that I have Islam. Alhamdulillah, I have the example of the Prophet, ﷺ, and I have this wonderful deen, and may Allah help us and guide us in the struggle that we're all facing. Thank you.